the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now, here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like in our communities, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marlena Leonard and LaDon Davis. 7:30, Monday to Friday. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
It's time to grow your church. Time to extend your message to all the islands in the Bahamas, into the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to the world via the ZNS app and website. It's time to broadcast your church's services on ZNS TV. To help you with that, ZNS has some exciting new packages with very good prices. It's time to call 502-3813 for details. It's time to grow your church. Time to extend your message to all the islands in the Bahamas, into the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to the world via the ZNS app and website. It's time to broadcast your church's services on ZNS TV. To help you with that, ZNS has some exciting new packages with very good prices. It's time to call 502-3813 for details.
Government House. I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Concord Wilshire acquires Grand Lucayan in a $120 million deal. We hear directly from a board member. Plus, Prime Minister says the sale marks a new chapter for Grand Bahamas economy. And residents react to long-awaited agreement, calling it overdue.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
As a Grand Bahamian, I would like to say that is joy in my heart, and I hope that this continues.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the government of the Bahamas issuing a statement on the successful execution of a heads of agreement with Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, a wholly owned Bahamian subsidiary of Concord Wilshire Capital LLC, for the sale and redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The statement reads, under the terms of agreement, the government of the Bahamas has agreed to sell the Grand Lucayan property, including the 56-acre beachfront resort and the adjacent 160-acre reef golf course, for $120 million to Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, a wholly owned Bahamian subsidiary of Concord Wilshire Capital. The purchaser, Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, has committed to investing over $827 million in the full redevelopment of the resort into a world-class integrated destination. The transaction reflects the government's focus on securing long-term economic growth while transitioning responsibility for operating costs to the private sector. The project will be rolled out in phases, with construction scheduled to begin within 90 days of obtaining all necessary permits and approvals. From this point forward, all expenses associated with the property will be assumed by the developer. This is a significant shift in fiscal responsibility, as the government had been paying approximately $1.5 million per month over the past 3 years, amounting to an estimated $63 million in holding costs. The agreement also includes a retention framework to support oversight, collaboration, and timely execution throughout the life of the project. In addition, the developer will enter a retention arrangement with employees to ensure continuity and institutional knowledge during the transition. Under this arrangement, eligible individuals will receive a portion of their compensation in exchange for remaining available to be called back for specific duties as needed. Now, for more on this statement, you can visit ZNS Northern Services Facebook page. In other news, the Grand Lucayan was purchased for $120 million.
The Grand Lucayan Resort is now under new ownership following a $120 million deal with Concord Wilshire. But for board member Richard Bosworth, the investment goes beyond buildings. In fact, he says it's about the people of Grand Bahama.
The word energy I will continue to use that I feel coming from, the team members and the local residents is so exciting and so welcoming.
On the grounds of the Grand Lucayan, many stood watching as portion of the property was dismantled, a symbolic start to what Bosworth calls a new beginning. But the real demolition, he says, will begin in just a few months.
And that would start on the Reef side, the Reef Hotel side, and then work its way down beach, eventually getting to the Breakers Cay, and continue through at least the first half of 2026. With probably some construction beginning probably in the second half or towards the very end of 2026.
Officials also unveiled renderings of what's to come. The new Lucayan Resort Village, a 35-acre destination resort that promises a blend of luxury and entertainment. Now, while the former Grand Lucayan boasted more than 1,000 rooms, the new design will feature just over 300. And there's a reason for the scaled-back approach.
What we want to do is we want to build enough amenities that we can ensure also that we're going to have very high occupancies at the property. So we want to have enough level of entertainment available, whether it be for music or whether it be for recreation or whether it be for the water parks. There's only so much property that you have, and to take that much property and dedicate it strictly to hotels, I don't think that's a right read of the market, right? The market today is driven by the cruise line industry. We all know that. So you've got to have enough of a facility to draft off of that and bring those cruise line customers to your property. And then you have to have the approximate size hotel that can be serviced by airlift.
During the transition, current employees will see some disruption to their workflow. However, Bosworth assures that a compensation plan will be released in the coming days to help cushion the impact.
It'll include benefit management and assistance for them for their benefits. I think what is going to be equally as important is allowing them to have open recall, meaning that they can step back into positions when the property opens. So they will, as they're staying with us, we're going to stay with them.
Now, if all goes according to plan, officials say the new Lucayan Resort and Village will open its doors in 2028. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Thanks, Ramiko. Well, government officials say a massive economic revival is on the horizon for Grand Bahama. Here's Joan Davis Roll with more details of the sale and its anticipated economic impact.
It was pomp and circumstance as the annals of this country recorded a momentous occasion, a mission many deemed impossible, but will no doubt be etched as one of the most defining moments not only for Grand Bahama, but for the Philip Brave Davis-led administration. This as the nation's second city turned a new chapter.
It's time to turn the page on hardship, to leave heartbreak behind. It's time for renewal, a time for new opportunities, a time for new beginnings. What a blessing it is to be here with you today, to be able to come together to share triumph rather than tragedy. Every island in our country carries its own story, but Grand Bahama's story is unlike any other. You have faced economic downturns and the strongest storms in nature's arsenal. Yet no matter the force of devastation, when the waters recede, the people of Grand Bahama rise.
For an island that is meant to be grand, the Prime Minister says that this multi-million-dollar deal is indicative that is indeed Grand Bahama's time.
And now, finally, you, the people of Grand Bahama, will have the development partners you deserve. Partners committed to serious, long-term investment. Partners who understand that this island's success depends on people being central to progress rather than spectators to it. The Grand Lucayan redevelopment is very ambitious, and rightly so. At the heart of this redevelopment is an integrated resort village that will create jobs, restore confidence, and give Grand Bahama the momentum it deserves. That means 3 new hotel buildings, a full-scale cruise resort, a revitalized 25,000 square foot casino, a Greg Norman designed golf course, old water cabanas, beach clubs, family attractions, water parks, retail spaces, restaurants, music venues, and a 16-slip mega yacht marina. This is no small undertaking. This is an investment of $827 million and perhaps much more. The kind of scale that has the power to shift the local economy, create opportunity at every level, and change lives for the better.
This island, he says, stands on the precipice of not only an economic explosion, but an employment revival.
More than 1,800 jobs will be created during the construction, and about 1,750 permanent jobs when the development is fully up and running. Thousands of Bahamians will have an opportunity to earn, to grow, and to build a future for themselves and their families right here at home.
The government's efforts, he says, will not stop there. On the horizon is yet another major project.
We are moving ahead with a new modern airport that matches the scale of Grand Bahamas ambitions.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
In other news, renewed life for the Grand Lucayan as a heads of agreement, years in the making, has now been signed. The developer of that project and other officials spoke to what it means for the island. Our Cleopatra Murphy has those details.
The redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort will soon be underway after President of Concord Wilshire, Nate Sarang, unveiled plans for the $827 million investment set to include a 35-acre destination resort, a 350-room branded hotel, and a 120-unit timeshare residential resort during a ceremony for the signing of the heads of agreement for what will become the new Grand Lucayan Resort and Village Thursday.
We collaborate and we design and build with the cities and the communities around our projects. And that's exactly why the Grand Lucayan was such a perfect fit for us. We're committed to being here besides you as your neighbors and partners to bring back tourism, jobs, and a strong economy to Freeport. But most importantly, to bring a lot of your Grand Bahamians back home.
It is a 7-cylinder project inclusive of a golf course, casino, and other features. Minister of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, says the sale sets the foundation for long-term economic growth for Grand Bahama, adamant that with Concord Wilshire, government has struck the right deal.
A redeveloped Grand Lucayan Hotel and the surrounding areas is a key plank in the overall ecosystem of this island. With nearly $1 billion of new investment today, the project is intended to be redeveloped, as you have already seen and heard, as a first-class, world-class, not just a resort, but a world-class destination in and of itself.
It's set to create 1,750 permanent jobs, and Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, says the signing signals renewed hope and better days ahead for Grand Bahama.
The redevelopment of this iconic property will stimulate jobs, create more opportunities for local businesses and entrepreneurs, generate new developments in the hospitality, retail, and real estate sectors, increase heads and beds, and breathe new life into our island.
Grand Bahama Port Authority President Ian Roll also praised the deal when he says the body is pleased to partner with government on.
What was closed is being reopened. What was lost is being redeemed. This is not just a milestone. It was a marathon. And now we declare that the race was not in vain.
U.S. Charge d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish says it's a momentous occasion that marks a new beginning for the resort and Grand Bahama.
We are thrilled to witness firsthand the revitalization of Grand Bahama. And we are even more elated to know that a U.S. company and U.S. investment are leading the way in strategic and impactful foreign investments on this island.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, to mark this historic milestone, a celebration was held in the Port Lakaya Marketplace Square, where residents gathered to share in the moment and express their hopes for a brighter future. Our Yolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
A full-scale cruise resort is on its way to Grand Bahama, and excitement is building across the island. The heads of agreement was signed for the Grand Lucayan earlier today, sparking optimism among residents who are hopeful about new job opportunities, the island's revitalization, and the return of long-absent residents.
I really think it's the right one. I think it's real this time. No more picture-taking sign-ins.
I'm one of the ones who go out and I bring in all these big groups and conventions, especially from the fraternity and sorority side. Being a fraternity man myself, we're attracting these big groups and conventions coming into Nassau. Here's an opportunity now with the HOA signing to bring this business into Grand Bahama.
I've never seen the people so happy. I've never seen the people so come together for an event, and it's amazing. As a Grand Bahamian, I would like to say that is joy in my heart, and I hope that this continues.
More than 1,300 jobs are expected to be created during the construction phase, with an additional 1,750 permanent positions once the development is fully operational. When asked about the significance of the event, residents shared their thoughts.
Many left the island to seek employment elsewhere, but now they can return home because this project is going to allow them to be able to get jobs and work in Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama historically has had very low prices on real estate, but I think that it will definitely affect it very positively, and not just in the immediate area of where the Grand Lucayan village will be, but all throughout the Grand Bahama.
The historic day is described as a kind of progress that can lift up an entire community and its country. But as for the naysayers, here's what these residents had to say.
We tend to have the naysayers, but I want to encourage everybody that we are all Grand Bahamians and just to stay positive.
We do have 100% belief in our leader, and we know that he will deliver.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest.
And still to come.
Police on the hunt for a 20-year-old man. We will have details of that story, plus sports highlights when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Don't miss the first annual Home and Hardware Expo, Saturday, June 7th at Pelican Bay from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy free exhibits, giveaways, and expert demos, plus an $150 short-term rental session at 3. Call 352-6126 for more details. Calling all singers, musicians, songwriters, and music producers from Grand Bahama. The Ministry for Grand Bahama invites you to enter the Welcoming Home Grand Expo Song Competition. Win $5,000 for first, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third. Go to ministryforgb.com for competition eligibility and guidelines.
The Church of God Grand Bahama District presents its 79th annual district convention under the theme, Pursuing Righteous Living in Changing Time. It all takes place May 21st through the 25th, Wednesday through Friday, 7 p.m. nightly and 11 a.m. on Sunday at Central Church of God on Call Road. Speakers for this historic gathering will be Minister Lula Campbell, Minister Jennifer Barnaby, Bishop Barry B. Morris, Bishop Anthony Campbell, District Overseer, and Administrative Bishop Joseph A. Smith. It's the Church of God's 79th Annual District Convention. Come and unite in worship. Don't you miss it.
Solid Rock Church of the Nazarene presents Holy Hoops Basketball Jamboree Saturday, June 7th at 12 noon. 4-on-4 action, 3-point contest, games, food, and more. For more information, email Solid Rock Church Freeport at gmail.com. Looking for unbeatable tech deals? Foresight IT Professionals has desktops from $298, laptops from $238, POS systems from $498, CCTV systems from $298, tablets from $148, and more. Call 602-0946 or visit number 11 4-Way Co-op Plaza today.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. In news from the crime beat, officers from the Southwestern Police Station on Grand Bahama are busy searching for Sarche Lidani and Grant in connection with shop breaking and stealing. Grant, 20, is a resident of number 331 Melbourne Crest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighs 160 pounds, is brown complexion and dark brown eyes. If you spot Grant, dial police emergency at 911, National Crime Prevention Office at 302-8430 or 1. Crime Stoppers at 352-1919, 350-3106 or 9. Family Islanders can dial 242-300-8476. And that's a look at stories making news. Sports is up next. Our J. Philippe is live at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex.
Journey to a serene oasis.
That was weird as fuck. What was that?
Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
You can lose a lot of money gambling if you're not careful. That's right. Be sure and pay your bills first. Set aside your savings and know exactly how much you can spend and what you could lose. If you win, you win. But if you lose, you lose. Set a budget and stick to it. Please, be safe and only gamble what you can actually afford to lose. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
Unity in Christ Assembly presents 4 power-packed days of convention and the 49th anniversary, May 20th through the 25th at 7:30 p.m. nightly and at 3 p.m. on Sunday. The theme, the year of breaking strongholds. Visit them at Fiddler Green, Freeport, Grand Bahama.
New arrivals from Best Buy Boutique, where you can find those statement fashions. Located downtown Freeport, former Kitty's Boutique. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 814-1166.
A new era is dawning in Grand Bahama. An opportunity, it's knocking louder than ever. Introducing Tract B, Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club, Unit 1. A prime corner commercial property, footsteps from the Port Lakaya Marketplace, crystal clear waters and white sandy beaches. This expansive 4.8-acre tract is zoned for commercial and multi-use development. Envision a thriving restaurant, a boutique hotel, or an entertainment hub unique to your vision come to life. You can live, work, play, and learn in paradise when you seize this rare opportunity today. Collaborate with DEFCO and let's shape the future of Grand Bahama Island together.
Yes, Raven, we're bringing you track and field live at the Grand Bahamas Sports Complex in nation's second city. But this year's Spring Fling track and field meeting, I'm joined by meet coordinator Rayvano Ferguson. Rayvano, it's late in the season. You're having a major meet. A lot of teams from New Providence are here. Let's talk about this year's track and field meet.
It's definitely an exciting meet. We have about 7-8 teams from Nassau, teams from Andres, and Abaco. So we're looking to put on a good show. We travel a lot for trip meets, and we want to bring a quality meet to Grand Bahama.
We also have the timing system in place. What does it mean to have this timing system in Grand Bahama so they can be able to qualify for teams?
Last year we had quite a few qualifiers at the same meet, quite a few national team members. So for it to be on the World Athletic site, it's a plus. So you come out here and get a quality meet and good timing. So.
Great. I'm also joined with Darren Lightburn, the newly appointed coach of the Track and Field Association, also a former junior athlete. You would have brought some athletes from New Providence to compete in this meet late in the year. Why is that important?
It's definitely important to support Grand Bahama, Not everyone have to go to Nassau and support their meets. Come here. Like Rayvano said, it goes on World Athletic site. And for them, the athletes are happy here because they know can qualify. And for any meets later on in the year, you have under 30, under 15, NACA Championship, you have Junior Pan Americans that these athletes will come out and support. We're just coming off a great Grifter Games. And I think that later in the season, the athletes are expected to get much faster. So we're excited to be here.
I know you're also good with hurdlers. Any hurdlers competing in this meet?
None of our hurdlers competing in this meet. Timing didn't do really well. We had some exams this week, so some of the athletes couldn't make it. If it goes back to the Mother's Day weekend, most definitely I think it will be.
There you go. That's Coach Darren Lightburn, the president of the Tracks Association for Coaches. On the track right now is the first race, which is the 400-meter hurdles, followed by the 800. And tomorrow races begin at 10 a.m. and the meet will conclude around 5 p.m. Reporting live from the Grand Bahama Sports Complex for the 4th annual Spring Fling Track and Field Meet. I'm Jay Philippe. Back to you guys in studio.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next. They are on your screen.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, let the work begin. Hours after closing the nearly billion-dollar deal, the company charged with recreating the Grand Lucayan Resort into a world-class destination is ready to get down to business. Also, what's the holdup with bringing legislation for gender equality to citizenship? A former prime minister weighs in. And it's grad season, and tonight we're tipping our hats to the newest cohort of the National Youth Guard. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Well, now that the ink has dried on the historic signing of a new heads of agreement for the iconic Grand Lucayan Resort, it's time to get down to work reimagining and reigniting Grand Bahamas tourism product and its economy. In this report, our Romiko Knowles speaks with a board member of the award-winning Miami-based Concord Wilshire Capital, the company charged with making it all happen.
The Grand Lucayan Resort is now under new ownership following a $120 million deal with Concord Wilshire. But for board member Richard Bosworth, the investment goes beyond buildings. In fact, he says it's about the people of Grand Bahama.
The word energy I will continue to use that I feel coming from, the team members and the local residents is so exciting and so welcoming.
On the grounds of the Grand Lucayan, many stood watching as portion of the property was dismantled, a symbolic start to what Bosworth calls a new beginning. But the real demolition, he says, will begin in just a few months.
And that would start on the Reef side, the Reef Hotel side, and then work its way down beach, eventually getting to the Breakers Cay, and continue through at least the first half of 2026. With probably some construction beginning probably in the second half or towards the very end of 2026.
Officials also unveiled renderings of what's to come. The new Lucayan Resort Village, a 35-acre destination resort that promises a blend of luxury and entertainment. Now, while the former Grand Lucayan boasted more than 1,000 rooms, the new design will feature just over 300. And there's a reason for the scaled-back approach.
What we want to do is we want to build enough amenities that we can ensure also that we're going to have very high occupancies at the property. So we want to have enough level of entertainment available, whether it be for music or whether it be for recreation or whether it be for the water parks. There's only so much property that you have, and to take that much property and dedicate it strictly to hotels, I don't think that's a right read of the market, right? The market today is driven by the cruise line industry. We all know that. So you've got to have enough of a facility to draft off of that and bring those cruise line customers to your property. And then you have to have the approximate size hotel that can be serviced by airlift.
During the transition, current employees will see some disruption to their workflow. However, Bosworth assures that a compensation plan will be released in the coming days to help cushion the impact.
It'll include benefit management and assistance for them for their benefits. I think what is going to be equally as important is allowing them to have open recall, meaning that they can step back into positions when the property opens. So they will, as they're staying with us, we're going to stay with them.
Now, if all goes according to plan, officials say the new resort will open its doors in 2028. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Romiko Knowles.
Well, thanks, Romiko. Now, safe to say Grand Bahamians are still riding high on yesterday's grand announcement there. Our news team caught up with a few of them who celebrated in the Port Lucayan marketplace, all optimistic about what's to come.
I really think it's the right one. I think it's real this time. No more picture-taking sign-ins.
I'm one of the ones who go out and I bring in all these big groups and conventions, especially from the fraternity and sorority side. Being a fraternity man myself, we're attracting these big groups and conventions coming into Nassau. Here's an opportunity now with the HOA signing to bring this business into Grand Bahama.
I've never seen the people so happy. I've never seen the people so come together for an event, and it's amazing. As a Grand Bahamian, I would like to say that is joy in my heart, and I hope that that this continues.
Many left the island to seek employment elsewhere, but now they can return home because this project is going to allow them to be able to get jobs and work in Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama historically has had very low prices on real estate, but I think that it will definitely affect it very positively, and not just in the immediate area of where the Grand Lucayan village will be.
Well, back here in the capital, former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, says he has no regrets about siding with China Construction America, the company held responsible for committing fraud and breach of contract against Bahamas' original developer, Sarkis Ismailian, and required by New York Supreme Court to pay nearly $1.7 billion in damages. Justifying his position further, the former Prime Minister said all actions were taken in the best interest of Bahamians.
The aim of the government of the Bahamas was to ensure that the development started by Sarkis Ismailian did not die, did not go into bankruptcy that would cause Bahamians not to have the opportunity that they now have. And so our only intention was to ensure that the matter was heard in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, so we fought the jurisdiction issue, and the matter was heard in the courts in the Bahamas. The China Export-Import Bank assisted the Bahamas in being able to bring for Bahamians everything that they were entitled to, notwithstanding bankruptcy. So I have no regrets about that, and it was not a question of siding with anybody, it was a question of ensuring that justice was done.
A New York court recently rejected all CCA's grounds for appeal, citing that Ismailian's fraud claim was established beyond doubt. Well, there's been increasing support for the government to proceed with the legal changes needed to bring gender equality to citizenship in the Bahamas. The Davis administration has even gotten the backing of political giants like former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Hubert Ingram, who once expressed confidence Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, will deliver on gender issues. But there's been a delay in actually getting there, and Ingram sizes it up to there be no public pressure to actually cause the government to move in one direction or another.
The women of the Bahamas have not stepped up to the plate, as educated as you all are, and said, you know, we demand equal rights. No, they haven't done so. And clearly the men who are in politics are now got to go their way to have you all who are better educated than we are, more prepared than we are. But of course, we have this dominant role in public life. So why do you expect these men unless you push them to change?
When we return, hear why works on Go Slow Bend have hit a speed bump. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC is finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hello? Hey, girl. What you saying? I just was calling to check up on you. Hey,
girl, everything fine, but I just can't talk right now. I gotta go to the clinic.
The clinic? Everything okay with you?
Yeah, girl, everything fine with me. I just trying to get this little one ready because he has an appointment for his childhood vaccination.
Well, Logan's 6 years old. I haven't taken him for his last vaccine appointment since before the pandemic.
Did you know that the childhood vaccinations could protect these little ones from preventable diseases like polio, rubella, measles, and mumps? So these vaccinations for the little ones is the best we could do for them.
I'm going to make that appointment for him because I need him to get up to date with all of his vaccines. Let me let you go, but call me back when you come back home.
Mommy, I need to go get my vaccines.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, PAHO WHO, and the Canadian government.
What you doing there?
I'm getting ready for this heat, boy. But you want to see what in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, boy. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper chicken wing. See? You look at me? Four. Yeah, boy.
Try our new ghost pepper chicken box today. Available for a limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new grill?
And dreams become your life.
This is my time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
News is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a live shot there of Clifton Pier, really deep in testy waters as captured by our drone pilot, Neville Smith. As always, Neville, good job there. Welcome back. It's a big number, 104 cadets, becoming the largest cohort since the National Youth Guard program began. And today was that group's graduation. Our Corville Pyfrom was there.
The National Youth Guard program is considered the brainchild of Prime Minister Philip Davis. He's actively engaged and is known for keeping close tabs on the program's progress. And so at today's graduation ceremony, his message was intentionally personal. It was a message specifically for the graduating class.
I love you all. Yes, I said it. I love you because you are mine, our nation's children, and I carry the weight of your future in my heart. And as long as I am Prime Minister, I will remove every obstacle out of your way to progress.
The graduates were met with cheers and applauses from supporters, family members, and friends.
I'm advised that the members of the Cohort 4 completed comprehensive disaster preparedness and response training program that was designed to equip them with specialized technical skills aimed to make them employable and provide service to the country.
Some 40 graduates from this cohort have already passed the Royal Bahamas Defense Force and the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Examinations and are presently undergoing recruitment.
At 104, Cohort 4 is the largest group to complete the program. Prime Minister Davis urging these youngsters to remember that they are more than just graduates, but they are also protectors and responders. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corville Pyfrom.
In overnight crime news, over $75,000 worth of drugs and a 39-year-old alleged owner in the hands of authorities who get down to work investigating the matter that comes the same day. 5 men were taken into custody for a major drug bust on Acklands. Now, based on what we've been told, drug enforcement officers headed to the Bahamas Customs Department around noon Thursday. It's there that they found and confiscated a large quantity of suspected infused gummies valued at over $7,000, pills worth more than $59,000, and infused vapes another $8,500. Again, the matter's under active investigations. Well, reconstruction efforts on a portion of Go Slow Bend along West Bay Street have been a bump in the road due to unforeseen challenges. Here's what Works Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, shared with us.
There were some challenges with once the construction started. There were some changes that had to be made with the scope. So they're finalizing that now, and we hope you'll see that work started shortly.
Speaking of works, that $3 million water tower renovation project at Fort Fincastle is said to be about 90% complete, with a tentative finish line of July. AMMC Director Don Cornish telling our news team once that's done, there will be daily tours of the revamped tourist attraction.
20 years, people wanted to get in here to see. Obviously, it's the highest vantage point in New Providence, and outside of that, it's also served as a lighthouse to some degree. So the lights are being reinstalled. It'll be a flashing light like a lighthouse would provide at night, but during the day hours, obviously, you can have a panoramic view of the island. And obviously, that's a major attraction. There'll be an elevator for those who may have physical challenges or not as fit as they used to be. And then, of course, there'll be stairs. There'll be a gift shop as well. We'll have tours as normal, which will be provided for those persons who are visitors.
Now, as for the 42 vendors selling Bahamian handmade souvenirs at the Fort Charlotte site, well, due to renovations, Cornish says their pre-existing stalls will be demolished and repositioned to another area on site. A decision majority of the vendors who've been at the fort for years not at all too happy with.
It's been quite a journey. You can imagine that, this has been a home in many respects because of the fact that they're settled here. And, it's right in proximity to the cruise ships. So in addition to the tour business, they would have gotten walk-up traffic. Fort Charlotte is not a walk-up space. And so that's been an adjustment. Not everybody's happy about it, but we've been trying our best to ensure that we provide them the support.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Bahamas Driving Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Thank yous and farewells today to a man many say saw beyond party lines, was an astute barrister and true son of the soil. Our Lloyd Allen has the details of the Right Honorable J. Henry Bostwick's official memorial earlier today.
The late Right Honorable John Henry Bostwick's farewell was supported by family, a who's who from the legal and political fraternities, and the many others whom the late politician impacted and inspired during his life. The official memorial service featured several tributes, including one from his son, John Bostwick, who spoke proudly of his beloved father, whom he says taught him numerous lessons during his formative years and up to his passing.
He always made sure we knew where we came from. He was a proud, polished, yet humble, warm-hearted man. He was the type to return to the space where his work life started as a child and to buy it and make it his own. He did not just come from over the hill and cross the hill. He conquered and still holds the hill, with this present generation having naval streams buried here on George Street.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis and Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard also remembered the veteran politician's commitment to country.
He was in every sense a gentleman, a statesman, a Bahamian of the highest order. And yet, for all his titles, for all his accomplishments, it was the way he carried himself that stays with us most. He didn't have to dominate a room to be heard. He didn't need to win every argument to prove his worth. When he spoke, you listened, not because he demanded it, but because you knew he thought about what he was saying. He led with his mind, yes, but also with his heart.
A serious purpose-driven man. His imprints are forever etched in the fabric of our nation.
Anglican Diocese Bishop the Right Reverend Leish Boyd, during his sermon, reflected on the journey of St. Paul, zeroing in on 3 lessons, including the celebration of life, the recognition of mortality, and the pursuance of eternal peace.
This reminds us of who God is, calls us into fuller relationship with God, challenges us to see the place of God in our lives, and asks us the question, can we do more for God in our living?
And as interment will take place here at the Garden of Remembrance at Christ Church Cathedral, friends and family of the late Right Honorable John Henry Bostwick say his life and legacy will live on for eternity. Reporting from George Street for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Oh, thanks, Lloyd. We're going to toss it over now to LaDon and Marlena, who join us live for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now.
Well, because it's Entertainment Friday, and we have Tanisha Diligence. She's in the house, right, Marlena? I know you have your dancing shoes, right?
Oh, yes. Very excited. I'm so curious what she's going to perform, too, because I'm hearing she's got an operatic background.
Yes,
so I can't wait to find out what it is that she's going to be doing for us tonight. But I do have the dancing shoes ready. Just
I know you do.
That sounds good. Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed rizzoli. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza, subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's. Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
Hello?
Hey, girl. What you saying? I just was calling to check up on you.
Hey, girl. Everything fine, but I just can't talk right now. I gotta go to the clinic.
The clinic? Everything okay with you?
Yeah, girl. Everything fine with me. I just trying to get this little one ready because he has an appointment for his childhood vaccination.
Well, Logan's 6 years old. I haven't taken him for his last vaccine appointment since before the pandemic.
Did you know that the childhood vaccinations could protect these little ones from preventable diseases like polio, rubella, measles, and mumps? So these vaccinations for the little ones is the best we could do for them.
I'm going to make that appointment for him because I need him to get up to date with all of his vaccines. Let me let you go, but call me back when you come back home.
Mommy, I need to go get my vaccines.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, PAHO WHO, and the Canadian government.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
You know that song with the catchy hook, all I do is win, win, win no matter what? Well, that seems as good an anthem as any for a group of Cleveland Enos primary students who've been on a winning streak on the tracks. Our Desmond Saunders has the story.
They're some of the fastest young track and field athletes in the country, earning this year's coveted title of New Providence Public Primary School Champions.
I ran the 800, the 400, and I ran the 2 relays. I was just thinking about what my coach say, drive your arms, keep pushing, and lift your knees while you're running.
It feels good. I mean, Coach Thompson's been pushing us so hard. I feel like I should be doing good on the track.
Friday was their big day. Officials of the Ministry of Sports, Cleveland Enos Primary School, and Pinewood Member of Parliament, the Honorable Miles LaRota, pulled out all the stops to ensure these 24 young athletes got the recognition they deserved. Cleveland Enos Principal, Avenel Newbold-Smith.
The fastest sprint, the 100 meters, our students, if I remember correctly, we actually cleaned up in every division in the 100-meter dash. In every area, in every division for the 100 meters, but we also have a very, very strong 4x1 and 4x4 team. We also have the middle distance runners, the 800 and the 1200 meters, and we also have some great field event athletes who have excelled in long jump and high jump.
This marks the school's 9th consecutive win at the meet, a stellar achievement the school's principal credits the hard work and dedication of teachers and staff. For Coach Mariska Thompson, the intense training that began 9 months ago certainly paid off.
This practice actually started off season from November. Okay, so I really drill the children and teach them the fundamentals of track and field.
Mr. LaRota applauding the hard work of the student athletes.
You are developing a dynasty here at Cleveland Enos. And just in case those out there in media land is listening, this school also had 102 students on the honor roll. So we're not just good in sports, we're excelling in academics.
No break for these track champions. They'll be back on the field preparing for next year's primary school track championships. Desmond Saunders, the Bahamas Tonight.
Well, there's nothing quite like a feel-good story to end the news, and that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.